we would like to listen to another inspiration, and definitely who is amongst us, who has spared his most precious time to address all the industry leaders or all the people who have joined today. So please welcome now the Chairman, Kalinga Group of Institutions, Mr. Alexzandar, for his address. I request all of you to give a big hand. Thank you.
Good morning to all of you. So, Honorable Minister, mistake that I'm addressing to Honorable Minister Mass Education and also the founder of Eat and Peace, Dr. Alexzandar. So on the dais, Parminderji, I'm really thankful to her. It's the second time Mrs. giving me a chance to speak something. And also I'm really thankful to ASSOCHAM and especially Priyabrataji. And we are talking about the NAP 2020 Agri Industry 5.2. The thing is that there are a lot of gaps. Now we are able to find out the gaps and we are taking the steps. And that I mentioned in the NAP 2020. In the first kind of after 15 years of my journey. After 15 years of my journey being educationalist, I started my journey in the age of 2020. 22 years. So I started 15 years. Then I am able to go for industry academy by the help of ASSOCHAM. So I am really thankful to ASSOCHAM family for giving me opportunity to organize the industry academy in Jashpur itself. As that's the industry law. So that is also Mrs. Rajita Kulkarni and Mr. Ram Prasad Ghoshi and Professor Manasira Chaudhary and Kalinga sir, IAS. So being a rural IAS. So I want to highlight few things. We are all talking about Odisha will be the next education capital. But in my point of view, unless until we reach all the corners of Odisha, the real education, the value of education will not reach the real corner of the state. So it will be very difficult to be the capital of India, educational capital. How I am talking about? So when I have started the Polytechnic in 2009, looking that Kalinga Nagar is a growing industrial estate. So I've tried so many times to the industries for these kind of things. Before starting with this NEPs, I have started that there should be a skill-based education or vocational training to the students. They then should be industry ready. But the thing is that they are related to a belief system. Neither industry is building the institution, nor institution is building the industry. That if you produce the manpowers, they will accept. Industry is not able to find out the enough or manpower or quality manpower from the institution. And that was the gap which is now covered in NAP 2020. But in this context, I want to tell one thing. The biggest issue in I also started the thing in the village in Jashpur, my Polytechnic. So I'm not able to get enough manpower. When I'm contacting anyone, so all are interested for the city. It's my honest experience. I'll definitely share my experience which I am facing still last 15 years. So 20% and 30% of students, they are coming to the city. They have enough money. They are coming. But still 70-80% students are in the rural education, they are unable to get it. Then we are trying to come up. We are trying to help them. But the thing is there should be a team. Everybody to help. So my aim is to there with ASSOCHAM, with government, so we should help. Government should extend their support, have a policy for the industries, for this industry academy. We are ready to do that. I have already gone through my Fab Lab for innovation. That is also in NAP 2020. First rural innovation lab in my institution. I have started. One of my students recently as the winner of the Innov 2, which is organized by AIS in Nalanda. So the thing is that when we are preparing our students, we are preparing our staffs, we are developing and training our manpowers. At that time, we got such helps from the city or our Professor Alexzandar also visited our institution in my annual function. I think it's 5-6 years back. I'm so happy that when I invited Alexzandar sir to be our chief guest in my annual function, he accepted and joined. And all our students and staffs are so happy. So in this context, I want to say few things like there is a part of sustainability. So in kind of sustainability, we have started green pockets. Our students will advocate the green things to their home. Because we know that child begins from the homes. Everybody has to start from its home. When I will be able to ready to that, my family, my home, my village is ready to accept the green challenge, then it will be okay. Otherwise, we will organize so many functions, so many meetings, so many events. But in reality, that is not possible unless until every individual. And everyone, we all know that the 60% of the youth in our country. So all should be very, very courteous in these things. So we have started this process. And now I am also starting one thing. There are no trees, no certificates. I have a school. When my student is joining my school or college, so I am telling them, you have to plant a tree. When you will take your certificate, final certificate, then you have to give this photo to us. Everything clearance and one clearance I am going to audit. And I just appeal to the government as well as all the educational councils to be a mandatory law kind of things. Because we are able to see that in near future, there will be the issues. The 1.5 degree now, the pre-industrial temperature, the post-industrial temperature, if you do the 2 degree, then it will be a hazardous thing for us. So before that, we have to work together. So this is the thing which is most important. So in this context, ASSOCHAM is doing a great job. Recently also organized a function in this hall also, and also academia industry meet. So these are the things which is very necessary for us. And one more important thing is that in NEP 2020, there is a biggest thing that percentage and skill. And now also still our parents are believing that percentage is the factor. And I am trying and fighting for this. Percentage is nothing else. Skill matters. So still also 20% students being a private owner of the private institution, very honest to speak, that if the result is good, the admission is good, and the revenue is more. And that's the culture of all, I think, the institutions. But I think that should be a little bit changed. Because 20 or 10 people will be an institution, will be the toppers. But then 90% students are still, and we have to think of them. We have to find out them. We have to embed some systems, we have to introduce some systems for them. For those 70% students, those are living, and those are thinking that no, percentage is still being a matter. But still also, I have also organized a conclave that percentage did not matter, skill matters. It's a huge success in our area in Jaspur. I have already invited Parminderji to come to Jaspur and will organize a big program on this because I am really interested for my area as well as to the rural people because I have seen it. And I am still worried about one thing, that nobody is interested for to see the gross domestic happiness. Why I am doing this? Everyone is suggesting me that go for Bhubaneswar, go for other cities that you will earn so much money. You will have more revenue. Well, I am sorry. I have to take a role in my area also enroll because everything after all I have to see that how much happy and what is my contribution to the society. It's not all time that we are taking, but we are giving also that matters. We are giving such and such things to the society. We are giving something to the students. Being a young friend of my student, I am promoting them. I am being the chief green advocate. And I appeal everyone, you have to play the role. Wherever you are, maybe you are passed out from our institution, play this. And regarding other employment kind of things, there is a huge gap in the behavioral attitude of the manpower. I think all industry or educational leaders here, all the dignitaries from institutions and industries are here also. Industries also the same problem. I think institution has the same problem being the promoter of the institution. I am able to see that there should be a special course to train them for this behavioral kind of things. Suppose whenever we are offering some jobs, they are not interested to go outside. No, I am doing job here itself, near my home. And there is a problem of industry, it's a real problem. When there is a local issue and they are also facing the troubles. Being a local also no problem. I can also work in a very good environment in my industry. So that also the biggest issue that I am able to face it. And everywhere they are getting the shortcuts. I think that there is no shortcut to success. So we all have to obey these things in such a manner. And what also Rajita Kulkarni has told about all these things about the NEP 2020 and Industry 5.0, Education 5.0, these are human and machines collaboration, and we all know that. All are developed technology, but still also machines are servants and humans are the masters. So being the masters, we have to train ourselves. There is a rapid change, a rapid integration and development in machines. We have to accept it. But we have to also run professionality. We have to, our minds should also work. That is the most important thing. Still also AI, there are a lot of things are there. But how can we put it into them? That is also said, that is very easy to introduce in case of in our cities area. But in rural, the problem is that the manpower, who will educate them? Who will educate them? For that also we have to tell, we have to send them to train, and these things they will come back and also they will have to be. And the problem when they are trained, they want to leave. There are so many issues that they are to address. So I definitely request ASSOCHAM also, being a member of the ASSOCHAM, I am really feeling grateful. And also, this is the biggest thing that first time in Odisha we are organizing this EduMeet. So in the next year also, I think this EduMeet also in not only in Bhubaneswar, it's my request. If you will be different corners of our state, also it will be very helpful to our state. Because we are working for the state of Odisha, being Odia, I am proud of my state. I am feeling proud being a Odia. So I have to work for the state, I have to work for my locality, because everything, every time, that's a fee contributions from everyone is definitely matters a lot. So the most important thing is that we are talking about the industry ready, and there was a gap, and in NEP 2020, that is a law, unlearn, relearn. Law, unlearn, relearn means that multiple exits and multiple entries. You can leave the post, you can have a different post, then you can again come to us. Then it's a very flexible kind of thing, which is very, very important. I am really appreciate the effort of Honorable Prime Minister as well as the Union Minister of who is our proud son of our soil, proud son of our state, Dhamad Badhanji, for this NEP 2020, which should be introduced very soon in all the corners of our country, so that also lastly, so definitely I will focus one more thing that's most important. Yes, everyone should be very courteous about that. We are now living happiness and we are going toward the materialistic world. So everyone should give priority to that. Why I am doing this and why? What should be our main role in context to all social activities, as well as the educational leaders, social leaders, socio-educational leaders, political leaders, socio-political leaders context. So all these kind of things, everybody's support should be great. Thank you, ASSOCHAM, and thank you all the esteemed members. Thank you, Honorable Minister, as well as the founder of KIT and KISS, and all educational leaders, as well as all the members of all institutions for making this program a grand success. Thank you. Thank you.